still Edward.
That's right.
There's a Batusai
Zero.
version of Edward.
That's right.
Variant, I mean.
That's right. Quick recap in Game 2, it was an MVP performance by Smooth. So now, I don't doubt that maybe Blacklist will see that as a priority. Okay.
Who gets the... Okay, so they still get the second pick. I remember they banned out the... It's actually... What did they ban third? I forgot. But anyways, for at least for Blacklist, they're going to be banning out the 1-1.
Guinevere.
Yeah,
they
well,
banned out
Guinevere. Game 1 was Bruno that they banned out. Maybe this... it's Angelo. Okay. A different... This will be a different... this will be a different choice now for
They're
Team
baiting
SMG.
something else out.
Exactly.
I
So
think that both coaches are cooking something.
you ban the Valentina still for Team SMG. It's like it's no longer Haka Sensui going up against Blacklist. It's Sakayue. So it seems.
I see you change a bit by a bit, Wolf. Earlier on, you didn't favorite that Valentina at the beginning, and then not favoriting that Lilia.
Lilia.
What changes your mind? Is it the perfect execution?
It's mainly because they take it's like I said Hakayue, so that's the focus.
I didn't cure them.
And also they're very comfortable with it.
They're gonna keep doing it, man. They're gonna compromise you because it worked so far.
Yep. It's just one game. Do you ban the Bruno if you're Blacklist or just leave it open because you know for sure that you can pick it up? So maybe you just ban 1-1 here. Force Team SMG to pick up the Lilia, then you get the Bruno.
Time to go to the
Oh, they
Lilia.
banned it themselves.
Oh, I think we are sending a strong message. Like, you want to ban Valentina for us? Let's also ban the Lilia.
Man,
we don't
this is
care.
exciting.
This changes the dynamics.
This is exciting.
Your team
That leaves open the Guinevere. Faram is still out there. Wan's still out there.
Oh my god, Tharamis 1-1 is such a strong opener for Blacklist.
Matilda also out there?
Not
yeah,
to
Matilda is out
mention the
there.
Matthew Hilda.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Then you don't have the Lilia to answer it. How do you pick it up? So yeah, you go Claude for sure. I think you go. You maybe secure the Minotaur now with your Team SMG.
Oh, that's such a good front line.
Yep.
Rakasasa.
It's the second of the group stage.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Okay, all right.
And it came in at the last moment, too. The very
moment.
last second, it registered as a maniac.
Yep. Okay. Oh, the first. Okay. So anyway, Minotaur. You don't want to
Oh,
give
the
the
second game.
Yeah,
Yep.
second game
Second
first.
game. You don't want to give.
Second, first, third,
Yeah.
fifth World Championship.
Confusing.
Numbers.
I think you want to use the Minotaur now. Honestly. Oh no. Okay. I understand why they go Lilia, but me Blacklist can just pick up the Minotaur now.
Rafaela with the Claude, do you think that this is actually something that can work out? I think that both of them are so weak in the early game, they cannot, like... I wouldn't defend that Claude with a Rafaela. I would have, like,
I
took
think
something
it's
more...
honestly, it's I like it.
I don't think it's a matter of defending the Claude. It's enabling the Claude.
maybe, yeah.
This is Team SMG we're talking about.
Yep.
They're built diff.
Wow. They didn't pick the Minotaur. That will be the perfect hero, but still they got something similar, which is a hero with a stun. So the Martis instead of the Fredrin, understandably so, because you need eliminations
Yep.
with your lineup.
You stop it. You let them think that they're safe with the heals, and then you say nay.
Your team is
There's a lot
Obviously
of
the
nay-nay.
Phobius.
You protect the 1-1, you protect the Martis.
More
Okay.
crowd control, maybe? For both of teams,
Arlot's still out
actually.
there, by the way.
Yeah. Minotaur, the one you are calling out
Yep.
so far.
Could be the ban for Team SMG along the way. If, yeah, I think that is the valid decision. The thing with the opener here for the Rafaela plus the Guinevere coming out from Team SMG is that you confirm that the Guinevere is a jungler, or at least not a roamer at all.
Well, Phoebus being banned, does that mean we'll see a Benedetta from the Agent Zero?
What was left undone.
The Phoebus, actually, yeah, it is obvious for the 1-1, but maybe add upon that a
Yeah, for
Benedetta.
sure. You wanna
falling stars.
you wanna pick up the Benedetta 4th pick if that in that case. I guess the Team Blacklist, if they have this Martis plus this 1-1, they probably will not go Benedetta. They might go something like Terizla so that they protect themselves first. You
Yeah.
need a front liner.
And it's faster damage.
Yep.
Better ways to pull in, because you are kind of diving if you're looking at the one.
Correct.
You're all dive, to be honest, like these first three.
Yep. There still is a benefit for the Matilda Faramis though. Or maybe Renji just goes for Kaja. Oh no, there's a Rafaela, so maybe they want Kaja anyways.
Ooh, what if you put Matilda? She's still out there.
Yeah, Matilda. I assume they will be
the
banned,
power
but
of light
okay.
Oh.
No,
incarnate.
same idea, I
They
guess.
heard you.
They heard me.
I will choose my own path.
So that is Arlet.
There it is. Called it.
Yep.
That's
Yes.
going into...
Okay.
No one knows, actually. We don't know
Yeah.
if this can still be a roamer.
What is a DPS mage? I think Benedetta still is good for SMG, all things considered.
I think they
Um,
need something to take damage. Someone to take damage, actually.
Yeah.
So without the Leah, Gord maybe might be the best,
Ooh.
or a Farsa actually for Team SMG.
Oh, yo, it's
Yeah.
been a while.
Yep. Stormy. Yeah, I guess those are my two guesses: Gord or Farsa.
Farsa would have been my choice, actually, against a 1-1.
Yep.
That's a natural counter.
Yep.
You just blow her up before she takes to the skies.
And then instead of the Benedetta, well, Benedetta still is a pretty good hero, but maybe they Khalid instead. Yeah, because that really, Khalid with the Rafaela plus the Farsa, that's a very strong hero combination.
Oh, you called it again.
Oh, it's worked.
More burst. Okay.
Okay.
They're going dive for dive.
Isn't
Okay.
that too much true damage on Team SMG?
Nothing is too much. They need everything.
Yep. Given the way they played game 2,
Yep.
I've learned to never doubt them.
Honestly, Tiger still looks like a good option here for Blacklist. Not gonna lie.
I think even a Franco would do something here.
Franco is good.
Always on the way.
Okay, Matilda.
it's on the way.
Let's see. Matilda is there.
Again.
They're looking to redeem that game 2.
Yep. The only thing there are only two different heroes here, which is now instead of the Fredrin, it's the Martis, and instead of the Brody, it was the 1-1.
Yep.
Right. So, what is the benefit of having a Matilda and the Faramis? Again, it confirms the crossbow of Tang, right?
Yep.
No matter what happens, you're gonna fly.
She's gonna get it.
Yep. And there's not a legitimate burst coming out from Team SMG. On top of my head, they went in for the X-Borg, so that's not an actual
Nope.
quote-unquote burst.
Not gonna burst you fast enough.
Yeah, and they went in for the
Gore.
Gourd, which is also not quote-unquote a burst.
There has to be a full combo. You have to kind of walk
Yeah.
into it.
So that's my main concern here for Team SMG. At the same time, though, there's not a lot of frontline from the side of Blacklist that might be enough against this massive front-to-back the Team SMG has. Imagine facing Discord. Surely the 1-1 might survive, but the rest might not be able to.
Who's gonna set up this for Team SMG? For all of these beautiful ultimates, who's gonna set it up?
Sasha. Sasha's gonna take care of business here.
Yep. He's pretty confident. Guinevere is there. He can go tank build.
It's
And then also have the Rafaela.
it's a slow commitment.
Yep. That's the thing, right? I think we saw it in the previous series. We saw Nael as well as a boy combo with the Guinevere plus the Gord. They can also control the mid lane by controlling some of the bushes. Go for the Rock Ursa Golem, Rock Ursa bush, and then the Gord stays somewhere around the Pixel bush or the left bush in the mid lane, and they set up for kills.
Yep, and it's made all the more easier by Miko's Rafaela.
Exactly.
You have wanton vision, almost infinite information on the map as long as Miko checks the right bushes at the right time.
Yep.
And that allows them to actually pick up the pace from game
Yep.
2. They can continue at that pace.
I kind of like their composition now, all things considered, actually. Yeah, maybe I'm just like living off the the adrenaline that I got from the previous game.
Yeah.
But if they played according to their composition, they play aggressively, they go pickoffs once again, I think that they can overcome the Mathilda plus the Faramis. What I'm trying to say here is, this game number 3 is much more winnable compared to game number 2, and they won game number 2.
That's right.
I actually like how SMG have good early and late game heroes, because we have true damage, we have that X-Borg, he's gonna be even more annoying with the immortality, and we have Rafaela, as Leo said, to trigger, to enable Claude and Saxa to cover the middle part.
Yeah.
Yep. And Blacks International, again, maybe we're just so used to the way they play, we're so used to that
Yeah.
meta game,
Yeah.
that whenever something new comes in, at first we question it, then we see it work,
Yep.
and then we ride the wave, we just
Yep.
go with the flow. Because if something can redefine what we know as strong and effective,
Yep.
then That just makes this metagame all the more interesting, more exciting.
I guess at the end of the day, this is still 1-1, right? 1-1 likes the likes facing the Guinevere because he has needles and flowers anyways. And the Paramis 1-1, and the Matilda, like I said, it confirms the crossbow of Tank Trigger because that's a lot of sustain that you can get out of that hero. There's no legitimate burst from Team SMG. So if anything, Team SMG might just focus on taking down the other heroes and just let the 1-1 fly and just deal with it afterwards.
Yep, and then what are you going to do if you're a lone 1-1, right? Let's get into it. The final game in this best of 3. Team SMG, obviously, balls in their court. They have the momentum. They could go ahead and go for the reverse sweep. Blacks International looking to reset, regroup, and reclaim.
They just came from a win, so they do have that momentum. And having the game 3 of day 3, it's the end game. It's going to be either an opportunity for Team SMG to redeem themselves and have an opportunity during the group stage, or for Blacklist to sit on top of that group.
How much of your rage you want?
Pure Rage. There was a time where there was a 5-man Quantum Charge, this time 5-man in Pure Rage. My god. Sasa didn't get the memo.
Oh, good.
Oh, there's a pull. Stormy almost gets punished by 3 members of Black.
Stormy's level 3, Yue is level 3 as well. Okay, so everything's pretty normal.
Oh, Sasha gets caught up.
The chain
Gets
stun.
the full ult and Sui pop.
Oh my god!
Lovely.
They didn't use that dash from Renegade. It was over.
Like I said, how do you win MOBAs? Get more stuns!
CC is the name of the game, but it's actually Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Oh
Look
my
at this
God.
Mystic Gosh onto Yue. Renegade pulling him out of harm's way. Again, he's under level 4. Not a good look. Hard to engage. Edward very low. Caught up between 2. And he goes down.
my God.
Team SMG continuing their offensive streak from game 2.
I love this coming up Team SMG. We're talking about how they should be winning their lanes, which they didn't do in game number 1. This time, they're winning the laning stage so badly. And now Saksa will not have to use the Retribution. They can even invade this time, knowing that Blacklist might just not win it when it comes to invades. But fortunately, Sensui had the right idea. Okay, I'm not going to win the turtle fight. I'm just going to farm up again. Anti-disaster protocol for Sensui.
Well, losing as a March against the Gwyn will never make sense to me, as the first blood being, let's say, took by Saksa, having 2 kills so far. He is so fed. Sasa wants to take that last hit, and he does land that last basic attack. But so far, gold earned. Yeah, he should be on top. He have the 2 kills. So by any means, Team SMG are on the right path.
Ooh, Renegade, offensive circling eagle. But look at this. This is what we're talking about, right? Enabling the Claude. Giving him damage, and Sui's very low. Saksha throws out that skill, the damage. It's real, man. I like that he's currently building tank, by the way. The right way! Does not get in the full combo.
That's a good bush to be into.
Saksa on fire.
Oh, Genius Wand. He's building up Genius Wand. I'm starting to like this build.
Yep, Molten Essence into damage item.
Saksa.
Oh, Heb! Looking to take to the skies. Might get bursted down. Needles and flowers away from the HP.
How is he even alive yet?
He's a dancer. Grew up dancing.
Just Oheb.
Yeah, just all that things. Survives. No corrosion side available. Massively for Team SMG, but not entirely a disaster for Blacklist International, especially because Sensui didn't die the second time. It is 0-1. And all things considered, they might be even considering contesting the second turtle.
Yep, it's not all gone. And the fact is, again, they're still at least on ADP.
Yep. It's ADP.
Huh. The first picks were solid, but then when we went into the game, or like into the draft, everything went. We were living inside the world of Coach Paul and Master the Basics. And right now we are experiencing something new to us. Something that we haven't seen so far in the M5, in the group stage especially. But again, I'm going to tell you, Smooth, once he gets the immortality, it's going to be annoying.
No, Last Insanity popped at the right moment. Circling Eagle, big final slash. HB coming up, Turtle still standing. Mystic Gosh, it's Yue who confirms it. Now Blacks International goes to the turn. Smooth goes down, a big win for the hometown heroes.
That's the anti-disaster protocol. If you lose the first turtle, just relax. Get your levels up. You still have your contention. And by the way, Edward, what a flicker play.
Wait, what?
Wait. Okay.
Happened in the dark.
A 2v1 again?
I guess, well, 2v2 technically since we had a turret.
Yeah,
I was
you're right.
focusing on the top lane. I thought like we would see a kill on Claw, to be honest.
Yep.
There was 3 against 1.
It was in the bottom.
It's in the bottom.
Ah.
Okay. So the gold laners are pretty even right now.
Boo!
But
He wants to finish off.
Smooth is trailing a little bit behind. It's just 200 goals. It's not that much. We can safely assume that in Blacklist have recovered and now it's dead even. Interesting. So the reason why Blacklist or Team SMG weren't able to kind of really stay and establish their position, even when they have the X-Borg as well as the Rafaela, is because of 2 things. First, Smooth was too far away from his teammates, and second, Saksa went for the damage build-up. So he cannot stay, or he cannot stay in front, but look at that!
Full-on combo forcing out the early Nether Realm. Edward stunned in place. Blacks International able to regroup. Team SMG backing off.
Blacklist International are putting a bounty over Sasa's head. Look, they are one
Sasa
end.
gets sandwiched, blazing duet, able to save him, but only for a second more. The pull puts him into harm's way, serving up a kill to the Filipino snipers. Blacklist confirms and converts into a turn up top.
Saksa.
Saksa
Purify.
coming in, the Purify from the mid lane Magician. Sasa's about to get popped, not before taking one out on the way. Traded out for Saksa for UA, but UA responds.
Oh, the 50-50. You can see Stormy waiting for the 50-50. He either goes ultimate on the right or on the left side. Missed it.
Made the call. Now turtle fight.
Look at the poke.
Smooth. Gonna get his Firaga armor popped. The projectile thrown out, stuns Blacks International. The
Okay.
HP keeping Renegade up, but he dashes on out of there. Shields up. Blacks International looking for this final turtle. 2 for 1. Blacks International does more than just clap back. They have stabilized.
Yeah, Smooth is being treated roughly. Actually, Smooth so far cannot breathe with the presence of Team Blacklist International. But after having these turtles, there is no gold lead that can be mentioned
Team
for
SMG.
Team Blacklist.
Some glimpses of the game number 1 where they just utilized their ultimate just you know, without a plan, basically. They use it for the sake of using it. Like, you can see Miko just burning his ultimate, not able to take out Matilda. Of all of the heroes out there available, Matilda was the choice. It's a pretty bad decision coming out of Team SMG. Now, Blacklist International, they not only have the lead, but you kind of feel like they have the momentum now.
Blacklist International, I would question if there is a lead for anyone in this game, because a turret to turret, everything is equal.
Saksha coming in with the combo.
Oh,
Circling Eagle. Sasa found out by Renegade. No follow through. They disengage. Down bottom though, check this out. Oheb making a beeline for that push.
Yep.
Tier 1 down bottom falls.
Check top lane as well.
Not enough of a wave. I think Edward's going to be able to clean up.
I thought that actually Smooth will commit to that turret.
Yeah. This is where my reservations about the X-Borg really come true, because you're not that quick when it comes to dealing with the minion wave.
Yue, but at half health, this is blowing up. 2
Sasa.
minions, 2 fights. Sasa survives, but only for a little bit longer. Looking for the whips.
Oh.
Looking to take to the sky. Sasa survives, and
Never
now
else.
Sasha keeps them in place. Look at Renegade, looking for the positioning. Coming through, the projectile thrown out. Blacklist asserting dominance, but unable to find anything conclusive.
Very scary for Team SMG. They could have lost Sasa again. But with the Purify, gets out almost getting taken out with the members of Blacklist International. Fortunately, his teammates were there to save him. But that's very scary. Now Oheb is ever so confident. You gotta be careful now, especially because you don't have the Purify onto your Claude. And that is a big problem, because incoming, it will be the Lord fight.
Oheb have this boost, let's say, in confidence, because he knows that his team got his back. Oh, Sasa!
Sasa
Oh, no.
gets caught out.
We just talked about it.
Miko can't save him. No flicker. No nothing. No purify. Not even.
It's gonna be so hard for Team SMG to engage and even to contest that Lord, and this Lord is actually so important because they need to push.
Here we go. Lord dance up. Big advantage for Blacks International.
Lord
Vision in check.
Easy.
Positioning in check. Big objective scored. Blacklist now almost 3K ahead.
And that is Team SMG biting off their problems now, because they went in for damage build onto Saksa. That's an overall team decision that maybe they're now gonna be rethinking. You saw it and you felt it during the second turtle fight. It eventually went for the blade armor,
They're
but
actually reconciling that. They're like, okay, Genius Wand, okay. Then we go from there. Blade armor.
Alright.
I've seen a Guinevere actually build first brute force breastplate, and I
That's
thought
right.
that was weird. This, I guess, is a little more, how do I say, greedy. It's
great.
just-
Yeah.
This is more odd.
And actually, when Gold speaks here, we see that 1-1 is one item, one full item ahead from Claude. This is gonna hurt so bad if we saw a crossbow of Kang.
That's right.
He hasn't even flown up yet. Final slash, put Smooth right in front of
Ooh.
Blacks International, served up on a silver platter. Take it to the skies, Oheb! Crossbow of Tang! Smooth survives, but only for a little bit longer. NetherRealm keeping Blacklist International topped up, catching that Mystic Gush right to the face. And they disengage. Lord taken care of in mid. Sensui and the gang wailing away at that tier 1. In mid, scored, capitalized, converted. Blacks International owning the map, turning it red.
Matilda coming out from Red J. Stuff of Legends. We're so impressed about his gameplay with the Matilda back in FPL Philippines playoffs during season 12. We didn't see it in the previous game, but now we are seeing the full potential. The pokes that you are seeing from Red J is immaculate, really forcing Team SMG to disperse and break their formation. And he saves his teammates so many times. And by the way, Red J is utilizing this Matilda to also aid the farming of his players. There was one time that he used it for Sensui, another time he used it for Oheb, so that the positioning and the farming will be sped up.
For me, it feels so awkward actually to see the X-Borg without the immortality so far, and I don't know what's gonna happen when you don't have a front laner that can risk it all. If he lost the shield that he has, if he lost his own passive, if he lost that front laning, Team SMG don't have anything to actually engage with. We will not sacrifice Saxa, and you have all these lords
No.
waiting for you.
And I guess that's how Team SMG makes up for it. The fact that they lack peel, they make up for in vision and in, I guess, faster damage output. That's what Blacks International is lacking. They need to trigger the final slash, they need to trigger the ghost bursters, they need OEB to fly. If Team SMG are able to pull the trigger faster, then that changes the way this game has gone so far. As we ramp up into the late game, it's still Blacks International calling the shots. Renegade Smooth hits a circling eagle, and they're gonna collapse onto this X-Borg, popping him just as quickly. Sensui hits a decimate right as the Luminous Lord spawns, and there's nowhere for Team SMG to go. It's hard to contest this, especially with a man down.
Odlang on top. There's the plan. Oh, Sasa barely escapes. But that means Blacklist International will have another uncontested Lord.
That Lord will be so easy, actually. Oh, it's not. Oh, Saxa wants to contest that, even by being behind in gold. He still
Saxa.
wants to go for the retribution.
This is not a dance. This is not a dance. This is a highway robbery if Sax is able to get this. Lord here, a fifth of its health, a 10th in retribution range. Sensui not letting this left up to fate. He's like, yeah, I know they're very far off, but let me retribution.
It's on the way.
At this point, you cannot afford mistakes. By the way, big props to Edward just zoning out Guinevere. First item, Radiant Armor, followed up by Dominance and Blade Armor. That allowed him to be aggressive.
I have a question for you, Wolf. Why is X-Borg not completing the anti-curse or even going for the immortality?
He
Can't
wants to
can't afford
split
it.
push.
Can't afford it.
He can't, and also he can't afford
Poor.
it. Wait. Did I see that correctly? Edward having the roam boots?
I didn't see that.
We'll
Didn't
see it
catch
again. We'll see it again
I hope we see that
in
again.
just a bit. But yeah, no, it's possible. Maybe they've come to the point where they need the utility of Rome coming up at this point in the game. Lord crash it up top. Down goes that inhibitor. Permanent damage dealt to Team SMG's structures. Permanent damage that they'll have to constantly think about. They're bleeding from that lane. Down bottom, Edward coming in with the flicker, looking for the final slash. Spent it already. They're happy with this outcome as they back off. This is dangerous. Team SMG pulls the trigger on the Gush as Blacklist sends packing.
A sweet disengage. Renegade, the maestro behind everything that's happening on the side of Team Blacklist International. They took 2 inhibitor turrets, if I'm not mistaken, and that's a good output from taking that enhanced Lord.
Okay, Sasa. This is very scary.
Ah.
The 1-5 conceal play. Position 1 and position 5. Oh no, Sasa. He dead.
This is
Does he have
dangerous.
Purify? He does have Purify.
He does. But he doesn't know, though. He doesn't know.
He's gambling with his life.
He don't know. And, okay. He's going to try to get this orange. Not the safest orange, but the fact that Miko's very far off, too. Oh, he's going to get away with it anyways.
Yep. They didn't feel confident about it. To be fair, the 1-1 plus the Matilda, it's such a weird combo. You know, it's not like a big
It's not an instant burst of
instant
damage.
burst. If it's like carry plus the Matilda, it's a bit different.
Different story.
Maybe Franco 1-1 could be good because of the flight.
I think that Oheb and also Renege have been sleeping in this bush for quite a solid minute.
We've seen Filipino teams do this much longer.
Yep.
We've seen upwards of 3 minutes, 4 minutes. And now, the test of patience. I think they're approaching 2 minutes now.
Do they want to find the back door or like see a team fight from
To
another?
pick off. The pick off they're looking for. They see Smooth. Forces out the last insanity. They have to reset.
Yep. And be A-okay. But this will be another defense coming out of Team SMG, just controlling the minion waves for now. Lord, gonna be up. Obviously, both of the junglers are level 15, but Blacklist International, they can burst this, especially because they know that the Claude is in the bottom lane.
They see it. They're short of man. They also spot Saksha.
Yep. Oh, this is gonna be a burst. They're gonna burst it.
Ooh.
SMG do have the ability to defend, but will they go for a defense though?
All right,
That's a
Renegade
burst.
cancels it. Lord here, just approaching under half health. Down to a fourth, down to a fifth. Yasusui's gonna have to commit to the retribution. In comes Saksha. They're gonna turn. There's a turn. Down goes Saksha. Lord still standing. He takes it. They're gonna turn on Sasa. He goes. It's just 3 defenders left. Blast International calling it. This is endable, they're saying. It's endable.
Let's have a
Oh, Edward!
Oh!
Stormy gets taken out with a final slash off of the tip of Edward's spear. And now they're going inside the base. Lord marching up top. Big fat wave in mid. Just Miko and Smooth. Smooth and Miko. Can Team SMG hold on? They're clearing the waves. There's still a big siege cannon here. And Smooth gets his immortality pop. Miko catches a face full of crossbow. Tang. Lord about to march into range. It's just Miko left. Blacklist International gonna win this 2-1.
No matter how hard you try, Blacklist will and did break the code. Game 3, last game of day 3 is concluded. Team Blacklist International are ahead in their group.
Turtle number 1, it was heavily in favor of Team SMG. They're winning the early stages of the game already. They're doing a great job, especially because they have found a lot of pokes onto Yue. They actually prevented the NetherRealm to be available again in the first turtle fight. They won it one-sidedly and they were controlling the map. 1,000 gold lead, but then the anti-disaster protocol coming out from the side of Blacklist International. Immediately, they didn't even contest the turtle fight. They went straight into garnering the levels for the Martis. And additionally, the second turtle fight that didn't have a lot of strength that we saw coming out from Team SMG, that was the main problem because now they decided to go for the Genius one first. They didn't have the authority to be in front of Blacklist International in second turtle, and the rest was history.
I'll have to concur, Wolf. That did feel like it was excessive. It felt like they were ahead by a mile, but the truth was it was barely an inch, and they overcommitted. They bought that item way too soon, and it led to them not having the right engages, not having the right breadth or tempo for that early game to actually snowball into what they wanted to get, which was essentially the reverse sweep. But here now, Blacks International had better situational awareness. They understood where they stood in the offense and defense, who was the beatdown, and because of that, they walk away with the dub.
Yep.
Yeah, they definitely understood the assignment. Who is the MVP? Oh, 2 times in a row, Yue. Yue, the mid lane genius.
Yep. But obviously with this Thermis, struggled a little bit in the early stages. But because of his usage of the Purify as well, and this is spacing, and the fact that he used the NetherRealm at the right moment during that turtle fight, it was a collaborative effort because Edward lands the final slash, gets it to go, finds the good opening, then the NetherRealm to eventually prevent everyone from dying in the turtle fight. That allowed Blacklist International to objectively secure the game. And that's the thing for Blacklist. Once you give them a turtle, they snowball off of that. And I will give credit to the overall idea here coming up from Blacklist International. They don't contest what they cannot contest. They always go for the better team fights. They don't risk it. They look for team fights that they will have the advantage off from.
And here, in the early game, you see that there is a little bit of give. It was actually Team SMG calling the shots. But eventually, as soon as the tides have turned, you'll know that, hey, wait a minute. Maybe Team SMG don't understand exactly that it's now Blacklist who's ahead.
Wow. Here, very good recovery coming up from Blacklist, because that was when the Gord landed a big ultimate and then they just turned around. And look at that pull coming up from UA. Eventually died, but that was a shutdown. If anything, he's happy that that happened, because now Sensui has a lot of gold. And massive knock-up coming from Renegade, getting 2 people, setting up for another Sensui kill.
Not having a solid front laner actually was the trick for me in this game. SMG were, for me at least, they didn't have any opportunity to go inside and force a fight.
Yep. You see that, again, play coming out from Sensui. He used the Ashura's Aura, as well as Ashura's Wrath, as well as the Mortal Coil to fend off this Guinevere, because Guinevere was so zoned out. It didn't have the enough tank ability to be in the front lines. And it's the big problem here is that you don't have an additional here to go for that play, because the X-Borg is not as tanky as something like maybe a Terizla or an Edith that we cannot prescribe this team. There's somebody else has to be in the front lines, but because the X-Borg was really just destroyed in the lane on the mid-game stages of the game, you saw that the Guinevere Saxa didn't have enough vision, staying power in the front lines.
Actually, the MVP was concluded. We saw that UA is the one who is the MVP. But for me personally, I would say that Renegade was the man behind the scenes. He was moving everything around, making everyone safe, engage, and disengage.
Yeah, and doing so without having died.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was such a perfect situation. That was allowed for by UA.
That's right.
UA was always in the back. UA was always making calls saying, there's enough damage on me. I have NetherRealm. You can force the issue.
Yep.
It's the same between OHEB and Renegade, actually. That's why towards the late part of the game, they were always together in that death bush, and less than half of the map away, UA was there. UA can actually make it, if I'm not mistaken.
Definitely.
With the Shadow Stampede, he can make it to the scene in case these two will get into trouble.
By the way, Blacklist International might have just secured their playoff contention, right?
Yeah, no, with a 2-0 and a 2-1.
2-0 and 2-1.
I think so.
Yep.
We have to check the numbers.
We have I mean, I think, all right, fine. I'm going to say it's 80% chance now for Blacklist International. Very safely. And I think that they only need to secure one more game. Even if they lose the next series that they're playing, if they win one game, it's already enough for them to secure the playoffs. Until now, actually, you can comfortably say that they have secured it. Renegade having the best teamfight participation, best total heal, best stats overall. I do agree with Yashta here. Yesta. Yep. Renegade did a lot in this game. And thinking more importantly, his pokes was immaculate. The way that they are forcing this X-Borg. That's the main problem with X-Borg. You would think that X-Borg is a very tanky hero. It's not. In the metagame that we have right now, it's actually very flimsy.
Smooth rarely did anything of his own accord.
Yep.
Yeah.
For about 9 out of 10 times that he actually got an ult off or dove in, it's because maybe Blacklist forced him to.
That's right.
But would we say that the Groove of Death has claimed its own first victim?
Team SMG. I think because they lost 2-1.
2-0 and 2-1.
Changes things.
It changes things. They're not 100. They're also not 100% out of it. There's a very low chance though.
Hope.
These 2-1s are interesting. I want to see more 2-1s.
Yep. That's why I feel that no matter what happens, you have to win literally each game. This is the big problem now for teams like SMG, for Burmese Schools, even for Geek Fam, in fact, TOB. All these teams that have lost back-to-back games, they're in a very tight spot.
It's a non-0% though, so you have to hold out for hope.
True. That's true.
Hope is a dangerous weapon, I would say. Two-edged weapon.
Yeah, that's right. Because the teams so far, that's TOB, that's Burmese Schools, and that's SMG. They both lost their 2 series, but it's not like a 0-4, right?
Bigatron Suns though.
Oh, right. You're correct.
Yeah.
So
That's the first victim.
they might be. They might just be
It's tough.
very tough. And this is just the result of having this format. I think that our format is quite similar to M1, where there will be teams that are eliminated after the group
Brutal.
stages.
It's brutal.
It's brutal. But then again, it's the World Championship, right?
The best of the best.
The best of the best play here. You have to be prepared. SMG was a very long route for them going through the wild cards. Almost won each of the games that they played against Fireflux Esports, but didn't. And now they won against Blacklist International, but only for one game.